Okay, so in example 14, you've got a circle and you're told the coordinates of 3 points which lie on the circle. So what I've done here is I've drawn myself a diagram with the points P, Q, and R marked upon it. It says the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So let's just draw PQ. And apparently the perpendicular bisector, which I'll try to draw, something like that, I guess, right, has an equation of y equals 2x. Good. By the way, because that's the perpendicular bisector of the chord, we know that that blue line, y equals 2x, goes through the centre of the circle. Right. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PR. Okay, well, let's draw PR first. That's PR. And I need to find the perpendicular bisector of PR. By the way, I see that PR looks like it's parallel to y equals 2x. I think that's just an unfortunate coincidence. So we're going to need to ignore that. In fact, I'm going to see if I can't change my diagram a bit so that it doesn't look quite like that, because I don't think that's helpful. There we go. Okay, so here's PR now. And we need to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PR. So we're trying to find the equation of that line there. Not terribly well drawn. Oh, I don't suppose it's too bad. So this is the bisector, so it cuts halfway through. It's a perpendicular bisector, so its gradient is the negative reciprocal of the gradient of PR. Excellent. So let's find out all these things about PR then, shall we? First of all, let's find the midpoint of PR, which, by the way, I'll call M. So the midpoint of PR is halfway between -7 and 3, which is -4/2, and halfway between 6 and 16, which is 22/2. So the coordinates of M are -2, 11. So we know a point on this blue line we're trying to find already. We know the point -2, 11. Now if you find the gradient of RP, then we can find the gradient of the line we're trying to find, which I'll call L. Okay, because they're both perpendicular to each other. So the gradient of RP, let's call that little m. So RP, here's R, here's P. Let's do P take away R. The difference in the y coordinates divided by, that's 6 minus 16, 3 minus -7 is 10. Look at that. So the green line has a gradient of of 1. So the gradient we're after is the negative reciprocal of 1, so it's -1. So our line L, we can do y minus y1 equals m lots of x minus x1. Brilliant. So that's going to be y minus, the point on the line we know is m, isn't it? So y minus 11 equals the gradient, which is -1x plus 2. So that is minus x minus 2 and then plus 11. So y equals minus x plus 9. And that is the gradient. That's the equation of L. Let me write that on here. Y equals minus x plus 9. Okay, part B. Find the center of the circle. Well, we know that the center of the circle lies on this line here, because this line is the perpendicular bisector of a chord. And we know that the center of the circle lies on this line here, because this line is also the perpendicular bisector of a chord. So therefore, all I've got to do is to solve those two equations for the yellow and the green line simultaneously to find the point which lies on both of them. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got, let me write part B here. I've got y equals 2x, and I've got y equals minus x plus 9. So I've got y equals this and y equals that. Sorry, let me make that clear. Y equals this and y equals that. So this must equal that. There we go. Now I can just solve this equation. Add x to both sides, 3x equals 9, x equals 3, and if x equals 3, then y was 2x, so y must equal 6. So the centre of the circle, here it is the point 3, 6. That's part B done. Part C, work out the equation of the circle. Well, I know the centre of the circle is 3, 6, so I need that, but I also need the radius of the circle. So I know the centre is 3, 6. How am I going to find the radius of the circle? Well, the answer is find the distance between the centre and one of the points around the circle. So I'm going to find this distance here. There we go, because that is the radius of the circle, the distance between the centre and Q. Q's got coordinates 11, 12, and the centre has coordinates 3, 6. So the radius is going to be the square root of the difference between the x coordinates is 8 squared plus difference between the y coordinates 6 squared. Wait a minute, that's going to be a 3, 4, 5 triangle bubble, isn't it? So the radius is going to be 10, square root of 100. Good. Now I've got to write down an equation for the circle. So I'm going to use x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals r squared. And a and b is the centre of the circle, 3, 6. So I've got x minus 3 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals 100, 10 squared. And there is the equation of the circle. And I think that is example 14 complete.